Hey guys, I hope you're all well. PTM here once again. Today we are taking a look at the new Generation 2 leaks from Pokemon. As you may or may not know, in 2019 there was a leak from Nintendo's Space World event that showcased an old build of these Gen 2 games. If you don't know what Space World is, it's like an old event Nintendo used to hold where they showcased all their games for the next year or so and showed off new releases. And one of the builds from Pokemon Gold and Silver from that time got leaked, and it showed a lot of Pokemon that we'd never seen before. And a few days ago, as you may have seen in a previous video that I've just uploaded, a lot of more information about that leak came out, showing off new sprites and things like that. And one of the things in this leak was a ROM for the games. Well, actually quite a few ROMs. It had over 600 ROMs actually in this leak. However, they all fall under two different categories. One was from 1997 and one from 1999. Now, the 1999 one sounds more interesting because it's 2 years later. However, it actually isn't, because this is obviously more a fleshed out game, and it's essentially the game that actually ended up getting shipped just with a debug menu. In this debug menu, it has a few things in it, but nothing too interesting, nothing too groundbreaking. So I'm just going to kind of not look at that, and this video is going to focus on the 1997 Space World demo, because even though a lot of you will have seen it from last year, this one once again does have a debug menu in it, and this debug menu allows us to see a lot of things that we hadn't seen before. So one thing I do want to talk about that I mentioned first, as you can see now on the video, is when I'm looking through this debug menu, I found something very special. For anyone that has seen my previous video, which is on screen now, of the only Pokemon game to ever be cancelled about Pokemon, and that is Pokemon Picross for the Game Boy Color, in the debug menu there is Pokemon Picross, which is makes this the first time in history that we have ever seen anything about this game other than the initial announcement in 3 magazines in Japan. This is the only time anything has ever been seen, and that is absolutely unbelievable. We finally have a video proof of this game actually existing. I cannot believe this. Like, this is probably the biggest thing from this leak, and nobody is talking about it. So if you haven't seen the video where I talk about this game, check it out. As I say, it was on screen a minute ago. I'll put the link in the description for that as well. But yeah, as you can see, I'm playing it now, and this is, I think this is amazing. Especially considering no information has ever been seen about this title before, and here it is. So maybe this game got cancelled to be added into this, maybe it was meant to be like a joint thing to try sell the game, who knows, but it's here. So anyway, if we stay and look at the game corner, which is where you would have found Pokemon Picross, there are a few other games you can see. One is a poker-like game that for some reason becomes higher or lower. Again, it's all in Korean, this game, so I don't really know what's going on, other than I know this is poker, then becomes higher or lower. One is just a simple match the cards game. All the cards are laid down, you flip 2 over. If they match, they match. If they don't, you find one that matches them. Pretty simple, you all know how that works. And the other one is the classic slot machine. So if we go back to the debug menu, one of the options here actually takes us into the game. Now, I won't go into too much detail here, which is probably quite surprising to some of you, as it is exactly the same as last year's leak, and if you do want to see that, you can probably find hundreds of videos on them anyway. But it is essentially the exact same game that got leaked last year, just with a few more things in it, but not much. I will still explore the map and show it to people that may have not seen it. As you can see, this debug ability gives us the option to walk through walls, allows us to explore areas of the map we aren't supposed to be able to access, so I will just walk around the map a bit. As you can see here in the video, I'll just leave this running with a bit of background music so you can all just have a quick look. And if you want to skip through, just skip through the video, it doesn't really matter. And then the final thing on this debug menu worth looking at is the sprite viewer. We'll have all seen the sprites over on my last video, but it's cool to see how they look in game, so I'm going to cut now to a live commentary of me looking through these sprites. Okay guys, so as I just mentioned, this is going to be a live recording section of the video, and this is the sprite list here, as we just discussed. So I'm just going to scroll down to the sprites for Johto, because obviously the ones for the Kanto Pokemon are pretty much what you expect them to be at this point. There's going to be no surprises there, so okay, so as you can see now, it starts us on Chikorita like you would expect it to, and then I have already been through a few of these, so if I scroll through, the next one isn't Bayleaf, it's whatever this is. So I'm just gonna, you know, the commentary's not going to be great here, I'm not going to lie, because it does take a while to go through them all. So as you can see, this is the Fire Starter instead of Cyndaquil, which is what, again, we already knew this from last year's leak. And there's the second evolution of it, the Quilava, as you would like, and here's the what got replaced with Typhlosion. Which, to be fair, they look quite cool, but I do prefer Cyndaquil's line. This is obviously the Totodile line, which isn't Totodile. It looks like it's some kind of Seal Pokemon, which, you know, we did get a couple generations later. And then and then here is that Noctowl Pidgeot looking thing that was clearly meant to be Noctowl, but it's had a redesign since. Mareep, Flaffy, and Ampharos. I am going to just try speed through these. Okay, so here's Vulpix's baby, which obviously never ended up getting used. Tangler, Tangler's baby, sorry, and then Tangler's evolution, which obviously became Tangrowth in a later game. Then we've got this, which kind of looks a bit Mantine-ish, I think, maybe, but, you know, it might just be me. Then Quillfish, and then that one that didn't know what it was in my last video, clearly Quillfish's evolution, which is pretty cool. I'm still quite annoyed it doesn't have an evolution. This must be Pichu, surely. This must be what Pichu was originally designed to look like. Cleffa, I believe. Yeah, Cleffa, and then Igglybuff. Quagsire, no, Wooper. That weird Natu is the second. No, okay, so what's interesting here is that second evolution between Natu and Xatu that we saw in the previous video isn't in this sprite list. So there's the baby Seaking. Baby Goldeen, sorry, well, same thing in it. That's Marill. Is this fish that didn't get used? Are all three of the evolutions in there? Oh, that's interesting. It evolved into the shark, apparently. And then that's maybe... This was a Clampill kind of situation where it evolved into Huntail and Gorobis. Maybe these were... Maybe it was kind of cut from that, because obviously generation later we did get Clampill, Huntail and Gorobis. Crobat. What's that? Oh, Baby Paris. Cool. Spinarak. Ariados, obviously just had a sprite redesign. Skarmory, I'll try to skip through some more until we get ones we haven't set off straight away. Whatever this thing is, I'm not really sure. That looks like Baby Doduo, which again obviously got caught. Sunflora, but no Sunkern. Fanfi, Donphan, that ghost that we had never seen before. I'm assuming... Alright, there's the obviously the Drafric sprite, which has been redesigned. Smeargle, I'm going to skip through to find one we don't... Every time I say that, the next one's one we haven't seen. So there's Meowth, Baby Meowth. Here's a cat that got caught, which looks pretty cool actually. That's actually quite a cool design. I do like that, but then obviously it's very Umbreon-ish, so I do wonder if that's what happened to that one. Here's Politoed before the redesign. Slowking, obviously that's exactly how it was. This one's not loading. Okay. Oh. Oh. Oh, that's a glitched one. We'll look at that. Lady Bar. And I guess Lady On, which has been redesigned. Baby Ponyta. Espeon. Oh no, because there's Umbreon, so clearly that cat wasn't an Umbreon. The shell that... I'm kind of glad that got cut, because that would have been a terrible Pokemon, I think, because it doesn't make any sense. That's like a Baby Ditto. Okay. Remoraid, obviously, the revolver kind of look to it, which I actually think looks pretty cool, because it kind of makes evolving into Octillery make more sense that way, a gun to a tank, but, you know, now it kind of doesn't. Is some Bear, Hitmontop's redesign. I'm not really sure what that is. It looks like a dog. Hoppip, Skiploom, and Jumpluff are going to come, so we'll skip through these. Mime Junior, which again looks so stupid. I'm glad they took time to redesign that. Smoochum, Ellie. Oh no, that's the one before. Oh, sorry, I bashed my leg. That's the one before Elikid. Obviously Magby, slight redesign there, but nothing too different. Blossom, which again just a slight redesign. This is what would have been Weeping Bell's evolution to counter Blossom, if you didn't use Victory Bell. I'm guessing this would have been a Sunstone as well, which again looks stupid. I'm glad they got rid of that. Miltank just had a slight redesign. I'm not sure what this is, some kind of fire seal. Looks pretty cool. Obviously, Chunky Delibird, I'm a big fan. Don't know what this is, but I'm quite annoyed it got cut, because I do remember seeing this in the Space War demo last year, and it was pretty cool. See Surfetch'd, which we've just had in Sword and Shield. Some Voodoo looking Pokemon, which would have been pretty cool. I think that Pokemon would have been why they made the move Curse, because it looks like it's already doing it. This Panda thing, obviously Murkrow with the slight redesign, which I would prefer that one. I'm assuming this is Happiny before it got cut. Scizor, pretty late down in the list. Heracross, or... No, Heracross? Let me play Pinsir's evolution, what am I talking about? Houndour, Houndour, whatever that is. Whatever that evolves into. I think this was meant to be a Porygon. I think that was meant to be Porygon 2, weren't it, before the redesign? If I believe right. Obviously, a Lickitung evolution that didn't come out, and we ended up getting that a few years later in Licky Licky. Steelix. Is that Kingdra? I don't know what that is. Okay, we've got whatever that is. Again, whatever that is. I mean, you might not want to hear my audio here. I think these are the legendary dogs. And then this Mineshaw looking thing. Ho-Ho. We're getting to the end now. Togepi was quite late on, Jesus. And so was Snubble. Or was Ho-Ho just early? Well, clearly they're not in order. Apom, whatever that is, that kind of looks like Leafeon. And that's the end. So Lugia isn't even in here, which is quite weird. But, you know, there's no Celebi either. And there's a few from that one that we'd seen before, like I'll put them up on screen now, like that Eel one at the start and that black thing that looked like it was playing a trumpet. They're not in here, which shows that they were cut sometime within these 2 years. Well, no, they're both from 97, so God knows when they got cut. So, yeah, I do hope you all enjoyed the video. This is going to be the end of the video now, and if you did, remember to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next video, hopefully a bit more structured and a bit better than this one.